What is up, gamers? It's Will777 JP back at it again with another one. Now, this one I'm hoping to make it a quick video, but I was hanging out playing the Switch, and while I was playing the Switch, you know, one of the reasons I bought the Switch 2 is because I wanted to play my old Switch 1 games with higher performance on the Switch 2. You know, stuff that the Switch 1 wasn't capable of doing. And while I was thinking about the games that I owned and the frames per second, I thought, wait a minute. What are some PS4 games that you can play on the PS5 at higher performance at 60 frames per second? So I decided to look at my collection, I decided to check out some games, and I came up with a quick list, 5 games that you can play right now on your PS5 at 60 frames per second. So I went in alphabetical order in my collection. So if you guys like this video and you want to see more, I will continue on with the collection. Right now I have a couple games that start with A. I think I got one that starts with B, and then a couple that starts with A, one with B, and one with C, or a couple with C. So let me know in the comment section if you want to see more videos like this showing games that you can play, PS4 games that you can play right now on the PS5 at 60 frames per second. So let's go ahead and before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Your support has been phenomenal. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date whenever I drop a video. But let's get into it, man. Let's start with the very first one in my collection, and it's actually one of my favorite games ever, and that game is Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Yep, Ace Combat 7, 60 frames per second. Right now you can play this game on the PS5. So Ace Combat 7, phenomenal game, one of my favorite games. It's actually one of the first games I beat in 2025 for like the 100th millionth time. I just absolutely love this game, especially with the combat. It is so nice to get that 60 frames per second. And when I was thinking about making this list, this game is probably, the first one that popped up in my mind was like, man, you know what? That Ace Combat 7 is real smooth when I'm playing. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of research, and no shit, Ace Combat 7 was on top of almost every list. So Ace Combat 7, performance is great. There's no bugs in the game. I mean, everything's been patched out. It is awesome. So if you're looking for a fighter jet game that runs really, really well on your PlayStation 5, Ace Combat 7 is one that I highly, highly recommend. Number 2. This might not be a surprise to a lot of people, but it is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man. So this game runs phenomenal on the PS5. You get a solid 60 frames per second. I haven't noticed any dips, any frame changes. It just runs really, really well. And it's so awesome because this game is a huge game. Open world. You guys know the deal with Assassin's Creed. But what I really like about Assassin's Creed Odyssey is that it takes you back to those "We Are Sparta" kind of time frames, you know, which I really, really love. But the game works mint, right? It's phenomenal. Now, as far as your taste in open world games, that's up to you. But if you want a game that runs really well and it runs at 60 frames per second, that's a PS4 game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Number 3 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey twin brother, Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, Assassin's Creed Origin is probably the most in my opinion, it's probably the most popular Assassin's Creed of this era, right? Of Origins, Odyssey and Valhalla, like right around that time frame. This game is probably the most popular out of them all, right? People really love the Egyptian vibes, which I love too. But what's incredible about this game is that it also runs at 60 frames per second. A lot of the games from Ubisoft will run at 60 frames per second. People want to talk so much shit about Ubisoft that their games are bloated and blah, 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 blah. Check mark, or question mark everywhere. Go there. Oh, you discovered, like, whatever, dude. But something that nobody can fault, nobody can talk shit about Ubisoft is that their games come out buggy and broken, because they don't, right? And here's just another example of a Ubisoft game that runs at 60 frames per second, a PS4 game at that, on your PS5. So, and the game is gorgeous, y'all. Highly recommend it. Number 4, we have BioShock the Collection. So BioShock the Collection. So this one's going to be a little bit quirky. So you have 3 games in this collection, which, by the way, I recommend you guys get this any damn way. So you have BioShock 1, then you have BioShock 2, and then BioShock 3. BioShock 2 and BioShock 3 Infinite run at 60 frames per second. The only one that I haven't been able to confirm is BioShock 1. I haven't been able to confirm it. So I don't want to say it does run at 60 frames per second on your PS5 when it doesn't, right? Or I don't want to say it doesn't when it does. I tried checking it. The gameplay's really smooth, but I am uncertain on the frames per second. Now, what I can tell on BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite is that it works really, really well. So I don't know, because this game is a little bit older and the art style is kind of confusing me a little bit. Look, I'm not a frames per second snob. Like, I'm not able to tell each frame that you see on the TV. That's the reason why I picked these games, is because I can immediately tell, right? But either way, 2 out of 3 games running at 60 is phenomenal. If BioShock, the first one, doesn't run, I still recommend you play it, man. Even if you're a frames per second snob, go ahead and play it. These are some of the best games in the history of gaming, y'all. Right here. These are, I'll repeat that again. BioShock are some of the best games in gaming history. You should be playing them no matter what. But the fact that BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite 3 run at 60 frames per second, abso-freaking-lutely. And then, last one but not least, number 5 on today's video is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Yes, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare runs at 60 frames per second. Now, a lot of the Call of Duties have very, very good performance, right? So, and you know, let me take this back a little bit, because I want to rant a little bit about Call of Duty and Activision. I understand that Call of Duty games, especially over the last 5 years or so, have been a lot of very samey, especially the multiplayer side of things, right? A lot of people are complaining it's become a microtransaction hell, and people bitching, and that's all they do is Call of Duty, and it's the same shit over and over again, blah, 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 right? You guys know the story. I'm not dismissing none of your guys' complaints. But what nobody can say is that Activision, with their Call of Duty IP, does not put out quality gameplay mechanics, quality polish. You cannot deny that. When you think about a shooter that works phenomenal, that performs great, you have to put Call of Duty in there. You just have to. These games are highly budgeted games. You have thousands of people working on these games, and even though they come out yearly, and you can argue that they're the same, hardly anything new, you cannot say that these games don't run well. And Call of Duty Infinite Warfare runs at 60 frames per second. And I actually enjoy the campaign of Infinite Warfare. The reason I do buy Call of Duty games is to play the campaign on these games. When Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 came out, I didn't buy it until it was on sale for $20 because the campaign was so damn short. But man, this game running at 60 frames per second, especially playing a shooter, is awesome. So here you guys go. Here is my top 5, or not my top 5, but 5 games that run at 60 frames per second. 5 PS4 games that run at 60 frames per second on your PS5 right here. And when I say your PS5, I mean your OG original PS5. You don't have to have a PS5 Pro to have these games run at 60 frames per second. So there y'all have it, man. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Would you like another list giving you another 5 games that run at another 5 PS4 games that run at 60 frames per second on your PlayStation 5? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, there's other ways to support the channel than just hitting like and sharing. You can also hit that thank you button. Every single dollar that we get from that, we're going to reinvest it back into the channel to get better editing, better video recording equipment. Buy more games so we can test them out for you. Buy more games so we can see if they work, how buggy they are before you spent your money out there. More games to see if they will play with no internet. There's so much we can do in this channel, and I want to do it all for you. I want to increase the production value, but I'm only one guy and I really need your support. So thank you so much. If you can't, that is okay too. Just hit the like button, hit the share, hit the comment section. That supports the channel as well. Well, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to make another one of these, and we'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.